wash my soul in the ocean, in the tears of God, I let it go.
Capricorn, July 2020. Wow, guys, what a hectic month it's going to be. Go, go, go. All your cardinal houses basically are activated. Cardinals are the ones that sit on a cross from you. They're the main life areas. Here it is. You're Capricorn here, and I'm missing another planet. The sun is supposed to be here. So all the planets are on a cross. So you might feel like you're a bit on the cross, this month. But it's very good because it's dynamic. New beginnings, changes. The cardinal houses create new beginnings and change of direction for you. Some of you might be like, I don't want to change direction. I'm like, I like things the way they are. Well, unfortunately you will. But fortunately, you will be the one very likely making those changes and initiating them. But let's start. First, there is an eclipse in your sign on the 5th. That's the last eclipse in Capricorn. Yeah, for the next 9 years. The last eclipse is in July on the 5th. But Capricorns that are born around the 15th, 13th, the 15th degree of Capricorn, which means in the middle of the sign. That would say Capricorns that are born, would that be like the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th? No, the 15th, that will be 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th of January. They're going to feel it very strongly. But if you have your ascendant or your moon in the middle degrees as well. But all Capricorns, last eclipse there, and it's eclipse of endings and completions. For some of you Capricorns, it can mean it's a lunar eclipse. You're in the focus, the light is on you. That you'll be completing some very important project, something that maybe you started a year and a half or 2 years or whatever, or some time before, and in the next 3 to 6 months, this eclipse is telling you it's coming to a close, but it's something that you initiated, that it's something that it's already kind of, the ball has been rolling for that thing, and now it's going to come to a close. But it's also, it can indicate coming to a close of some problems. Eclipses have been happening in your first house for last 2 years. So shaky circumstances are coming to a close. But it can mean it's one last time. So if anything shaky happens, and that shaky means like sudden reversal, sudden change in direction. This is what eclipses do, like big life changes. And they directly affect you. If it's your sun there in Capricorn, might be with your career, with important men in your life, like father, boss, husband. If it's your moon, mother, wife, or family, big changes, or something that you're completing, like property or place of living. Or if it's your ascendant, your whole life, your appearance, your whole direction, your life, your own initiatives can be coming to fruition, giving fruits, completing, ending, changing direction. And then Saturn has come back to your sign, guys. 5 more months. It was out of your sign for a little bit. I hope you had a little bit of a breathe, even though the rest of the world was in a crazy state. But Saturn's coming back to your sign to give you a last chance to put order in your life. Who will feel it the most? Capricorns that are born in the last 5 degrees, 6 degrees. So basically from the 14th, 15th of January till the 20th of January, or if you have your sun or your ascendant or your moon from 25 to 30 degrees in Capricorn. The earlier Capricorns, they're kind of a bit out of the picture. They're kind of, they'll still feel it a little bit, that more responsibilities are coming to them, things they haven't completed, they have to complete till the end of the year, that from July they start coming back, something that they have a final chance to put order in their life, to restructure somehow their career, if it's the sun, relationships, if it's the moon, often the ascendant, your whole life, or your living environment, if it's the moon. But definitely you're very up to the task. You've been through that energy. It's not going to be something that you're not used to. Saturn is your planet. It allows you to really take control of your life, guys. And that's the last chance for 30 years that it can allow you, yes, to be much harder on yourself, and circumstances to be much harder on you, and things to happen much slower than normal. But definitely it's grounding you. It's it's in your own house. It's making you secure and stable, and and there will be some challenges over the next few months, because Saturn, your planet, will be squared by Mars. So there might be some tensions with your family. We'll speak about that, or just, with others. But it's kind of, Saturn is the strongest planet this year in the sky, Mars as well. But Saturn is like, it's giving you the possibility to be number one in the next 6 months, to work hard on yourself somehow, on some projects that you've initiated, to complete them, or it gives you a last chance to build new foundations. Because the next time Saturn will come through your sign again, it's going to be in 29 years. And then new beginnings don't come they don't come easy with Saturn in the first house, but they definitely are ones that are very lasting. And it can feel a little bit like you feel restricted again when Saturn is in your house, but you have more self-control over yourself for sure. When Saturn comes back, you're going to have more self-discipline and more seriousness of mind for some hard work. And having Saturn and Jupiter in your sign till the end of this year, guys, definitely you can do, if it's your Sunday, something big, like a great work with your career, if it's your moon with family, home, personal life, if it's your ascendant, just powerful new beginnings in your life, like never, I don't think it will ever happen again like that, an opportunity. But it is hard. It's like labor. Saturn, one of the words for Saturn is labor. It's like giving birth, okay, but then you get to enjoy the child for years. But this eclipse is opposed by the sun and moon in your 7th house. So there might be the need to compromise between relationships. Your needs, because so many planets are clustered in your 1st house, and you really want to do new things, and you really want to focus on your stuff, and you really want to do things on your own, and you really want to be independent, but the eclipse in your the moon and Mercury in your 7th house says, well, you have to take care of relationships as well, especially till the middle of the month. They might be more complicated because Mercury is retrograde in your 7th house. So, for example, you might need to do some emotional, clarifying conversations with your partner about bringing up stuff from the past, or renegotiating relationships or contracts or agreements, or if you're trying to sign a contract, whether to buy property or whether to sell, or some business contract or some agreement. Well, Mercury being retrograde in your 7th house can mean that there is some delays. You have to improve something first, edit, fix, re-examine the rules and terms. So for some of you, it can even mean till the middle of the month that there can be a breakup in relationships. If the relationship is not fair enough, if there is no desire for compromise from either side, or if there is no desire for communication from either side, Mercury re-examines the relationship and says, enough, I'm out of here. Or Mercury says, okay, let's do this, otherwise let's improve this relationship, let's try and make it work. But for some, there is no more place to work on it. Sometimes there's a period when a relationship can end, and sometimes when Mercury is retrograde, you can revisit an old relationship, think a lot about old relationship, or get in touch with someone from, and especially maybe you did it from June, got in touch with someone from your past, have a closure or talk with them, and it might continue as people from the past to come into your life till the middle of July. And after that, it starts moving direct, so complications with relationships or business deals or agreements or contracts, they get resolved and things start becoming according to plan. So if your partner has been having some complicated situation in their life or some delay, it gets straightened out from the middle of the month. And things start going according to plan more and more smoothly. And hopefully, if you smooth out and edit it and fix something with a partnership, it will be way stronger after the retrograde period, because in the retrograde period, we put 3 times more effort in something. And if we've done the right effort, or if it's the right person to be in our life, they stay and stronger. And another big thing, so push and pull between relationship, and you need to do your own thing. There's responsibilities coming back to you with Saturn and focus on you, but relationships are taking also your attention. Plus there is a new moon. Actually, there are two new moons in your seventh house of relationship. One was on the 21st of June. The next one, again in Cancer, is on the 20th of July. That's very rare. It's called blue moon. Two new moons within one sign. So this year, the universe says you have to really put focus on your relationships. And new moons are about new beginnings. So it's giving you an opportunity to have double powerful after clearing up all those messes till the middle of the month. After the 20th of July till the 20th of August, you're under the influence of the new moon in Cancer, which means that it can be new powerful beginnings in your relationships. Once you've cleared all the old relationships, contract or agreements or clients through Mercury retrograde, through the eclipse, then the universe gives you an opportunity for brand new beginning, new moon. And this new moon is no longer with an eclipse. So from the 20th of July, the first new moon without an eclipse in your seventh house since 2 years, which means it doesn't have a karmic heavy debt on it. It's free of heaviness there. It's free of fatedness. Well, it might be good, so any new contracts if you want to sign, any new agreements or any collaborations with another person you want to start over the next month, do it after the 21st of July. When there is the new moon in your seventh house, Mercury is becomes visible on the 20th. So that can be the birth of a new relationship, new contracts, new agreement, new business deal, new business partnership, or some powerful, positive new beginning with work or whatever in the life of a partner of yours after the 21st of July. Then the other big thing, I forgot to say, talking about eclipses, Victor is making a 12-week webinar. You can pay it in 2 installments about the moon. Everything about the moon, how to predict with eclipses, which eclipses give you, which eclipses take from you. What does it mean to have the moon in the first or second house or aspect? What does it mean for your happiness, for your wealth? Everything. The moon is everything in the horoscope. I mean, it's just so powerful. And the moon is probably the most important planet in the horoscope of women, and it's a foundational course. You don't need to know astrology to learn everything about the moon and the phases of the moon. Are you born at the full moon? What does it mean? Are you born at the growing moon? What does it mean? Are you born at the new moon? So check it out. Then we're going to have Mars in your fourth house for the next 6 months. But what do I say? That hasn't happened since 1988. So some of you maybe remember something that happened then, some of you don't. So it's almost like a once in a lifetime situation here. It's never been that long in your sixth house, and it's starting from July. There will be a lot of focus, guys, on your family. A lot of people, a lot of Capricorn, especially Capricorn rising or moon, might change places, might relocate over the next 6 months, with the peak September, October, November. Some of you might start reconstructing the house, fixing something, or building a house even. That will get quite intense during the retrograde period. Some of you might be starting some big changes with home and family. Some of you might even leave a family. Some of you might, in extreme cases, there might be some crisis with a family member. Now, these are the extreme cases. I hope not. It's probably a very small number of you, but just be forewarned, Might be some fights that start happening with family. Some tense situation that's bubbling up with family. Maybe the home might need some reconstructuring or some DIY. That can be great. You can use consciously that energy, for example, to do do-it-yourself work at home. Fix, knock, do gardening, something physical, Mars. I'll tell you a good remedy that Nicola gives. Keep knives in your home. That's like the words. Mars is something sharp. Fourth house is home. So maybe it's good, you know, to channel the energy in something else, like have guns in your home or whatever. um, and I'm just kidding, of course, but I'm not, you know. Or just start cooking more at home. Mars is fire, to cook, chop things with knives. That's one good manifestation. Start doing exercises at home. That's another way you can channel this difficult energy, so it doesn't hopefully manifest into fighting with your family, damages to your home, fire in your home, God forbid, or domestic accidents. Well, of course, working out and using knives at home, isn't that going to contribute to it? But there you go. Nicola has tested those remedies, and he says they really work. You deflect the energy into something less harmful. It has to manifest, so you try and do it in the least harmful way. Keep your guns away from children, though. You know. Another thing, you can start some physically active project with home, or if you're estate agent, someone who works with nursing, with caring, parenting skills, or you know, nanny. This is fourth house, or you know, a teacher, a daycare, or if you're someone who is estate agent, again, they say this can mean very hectic 6 months for you. This can mean actually it can make you, you know, but there will be stresses, there will be challenges, and eventually you can have very stable. It might turn out to be your most busy period, basically, in your career, if you have such fourth house careers. All right, let's not, and also you can feel like there is arguments because Mars will square Saturn in your first house, so you can feel like there is the need to. It's like maybe being attacked from family members, or feeling attacked and having pressure. They want to change. Family members want some change. Mars won't just change. While Saturn in the first house is like trying to do it slower. Let's do it in a more organized way. Let's follow the rules, so you can feel this friction and tension. But it starts gradually from now. So there we go. Look, like the most important areas of your life are affected. Yourself and your own beginnings, your seventh house relationships, your fourth house family. What is more important than all those things? But exciting changes are starting to happen there. And by the way, if you want to really know how this Mars will affect you, because for some of you it might mean to build a house. For some of you might mean to fight with your family. For some of you might mean accident, you know, in the house. How do you, or just feeling emotionally very very easily triggered and angered. The fourth house is emotional state. Some of you might mean, you know, the fourth house is breast and that area, to be careful of damages or hurts or any kind of conditions there, or surgical interventions of this area, kind of like here. But, you know, this sounds scary stuff, but for some of you might be just doing a bit of DIY, do it yourself at home. How would you know which one of those things are? Well, we need to look at your chart personally, and I'm doing a webinar on the 1st of July. If you can't catch it, you can watch the recording, that I'm looking at all the possible aspects Mars can do to your chart, and I'm giving you free for 6 months transit, so you can see exactly what aspects Mars will be doing. So I'll be unlocking the transit calendar for you for 6 months, which is usually $15, and just for $39, I'll give you all of that plus 5-hour lecture. And it's going to be very personal. It's going to prepare you for the next 6 months, what to be worried about, how to make the most of it, how to maybe some remedies as well we'll look at, because it's going to be a tough time. It's going to be a challenging time, but ultimate goal of Mars is to complete some feat of willpower that you never had the willpower again before to do. So do check it out. Interesting year, guys. I told you. We think like, oh my God, it's been crazy till now. There is more to come. But that's probably the most memorable year in all of our lives. And we'll have grown the most and achieved the biggest thing we never thought possible through the help of Mars and Saturn for you. So if you want to check daily your transits for free, my calendar is free for every 5 to 7 days ahead. You can check it out. No one else in the world has the same transits like you, and 40,000 people are using it around the world now, so it must be a good thing. Thank you.